All right, here we go. We got stand-up dates coming at you live November 16th, New Haven, Connecticut, 17th, Providence, Rhode Island, 18th, Medford, Massachusetts. Mikey and I will be there together.
Oh, yeah.
December 1st and 2nd, Phoenix, Arizona. Mikey will be there together. Then December 7th and 8th, Salt Lake City. All those shows are sold out. December 9th, Denver, Colorado. Then January, we got San Diego on January 12th, and then Los Angeles, January 13th, and then Nashville, Tennessee, and Washington, D.C., and Reno, Nevada. All my shows, chrisdcomedy.com. We're going to have some fun, you slut.
Dude, I can't wait to get a lobster roll on that New England run.
Yeah.
That's going to be fantastic.
Where are you going to be?
MikeCannonComedy.com for my dates. I'm going to be in Washington, D.C.
Shoot him in the head.
That's right. Electing a new prime minister. December 8th and the 9th, I'll be at the Comedy Loft in Washington, D.C. Then December 22nd, I'm in Stamford, Connecticut at New York Comedy Club. Shout out Emilio. December 29th and the 30th, closing out the year in Lansing, Michigan, and then Grand Rapids.
Dude, you know Lansing's the capital.
Is it?
Of Michigan. Yeah, dude. That's a capital I've never been to. You lucky.
Oh, dude, it's going to be super fun performing in a yoga studio.
Oh,
yeah, that's an add-on. So
Namaste.
I'm namaste. So come out to that. In January, I'm in Pottstown, Pennsylvania at Soul Joe's. Then I'm doing the Sunshine Comedy Fest. It's like a new comedy festival in Tampa, January 11th through the 14th. And then more dates coming in. I'll be in Chandler, Arizona, which that's the hotspot of entertainment. Go to MikeCannonComedy.com for all those.
That's it, baby. Go support live stand-up. We appreciate when the fans come. We really don't have anything without you guys, girls and babies. So please come, buy some merch, have fun, enjoy the comedy. It's an hour and a half where you can just laugh at anything, even when I yell the word volcano. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos. Let's start off today with a quote. Remember, you don't have hold on. Remember, here's the quote. Wait, let me get it right in my head. You don't have to be great to start, but in order, hold on. Yeah, hold on. You don't have to, here we go. Here's the quote. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Wow.
That is amazing, and you proved it with
There
how
it
you
is.
did the quote.
See how I did the quote? Mike Cannon here, as always. And now we have our guest, Ian Fidance, who bought his shoes out of a bin in a supermarket.
Yes. Every time I lace them up, a dad mows a lawn.
I love
It's the best.
I love that what is it with the Air Monarchs? Because I feel like, because I'm wearing this New Balance, this is also kind of like a dad shoe.
Similar.
Yeah.
But this is
Classic
more
Reebs.
acceptable to the cool kids. Like more, trendy whites and non-whites will wear these than those.
I don't care. I wear what I want. I dress for comfort, not fashion. And I got these for free 7 years ago. And my mom just washed them for me so they look new.
I think though there's sections of trendy whites, right?
Okay.
Where it's like that. Those are like kind of cool, slightly ironic. Ian is also into the full like it's so ironic it's embracing. So
Right.
this is almost so ironic that it's cool on his feet and he will not
I
budge
like
for
it.
anybody. Right?
And those are sneakers that you truly, genuinely wash in a washing machine. Right?
You tie the laces together and it
tumble
tumbles.
But I kind of am also at a point now where I'm with you with comfort. Like when I got these,
Yes.
when I got these, I couldn't.
Direct shot into
Good.
my
You know
face.
why? Because I was outside the door and I tooted, and he goes, "Mommy, did you fart?" I go, "Outside." And
Outside.
then you did it, and it was happy
First of all,
fun
it
time.
wasn't outside in any capacity. The door was open, and you were halfway into the frame, and you shit your pants.
No,
so
but
far away.
It ricocheted off of the tin material of the door.
But the good thing about a fart like that is I'm wearing my Lululemons, and Lululemon keeps the stink in, and Lululemons don't stink or shrink.
Wow. I
Lululemons
gotta
don't
get
stink or
some.
shrink.
Is that true? There's an
Yeah.
actual like box guard for your asshole?
Yeah, I mean, it might come out a little bit if it seeps out of the top, but they don't. You could fart in these and walk around in these all day, and they don't have a scent.
But
you
I
don't
bet it-
ever have to wash them.
Converts the fart to like girl yoga scent. You know?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It just
a little
converts
sweaty fish.
Every
Yeah.
time I fart,
Ooh.
it converts it to a
Taco
tune.
Tuesday.
It goes every time I fart, my Lulus go Black Lives Matter.
Free Palestine.
Yeah, wasn't that a Chris Rock joke that I just did? Who we also just saw on the
yeah,
street.
who did not pay
We
us
were
much of a
standing on the
mind
court.
at all.
So Mike and I were walking to our favorite market, which isn't far from here, Rigger Hill Market.
That's right.
Yeah, we love Rigger Hills. We're Rigger Hill lovers, and we
Watch
love,
your wallet.
I love Rigger
Yeah,
Hill
it's
Market.
right next to Sipperhead Deli.
Rigger Hill. We love Rigger Hill. Rigger Hill Market. Unbelievable food there. And we were on our way to walk to Rigger Hill to get the egg sandwich, which I love there so much, their breakfast sandwich. And we saw the one and only Andrew Schultz walking on the street. Andrew Schultz stopped, talked to us, told us about his great time in Dubai. Was it Dubai or Abu Dhabi? Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi Kelly.
Abu Dhabi Kelly.
You know what, dude?
Yes. Yeah. And how much fun he was having. And then while we were, and just great positive energy. And I was actually looking at Andrew and seeing what he's wearing. What does Andrew wear?
Yeah.
What is his fashion?
Gray sweats with an absolute hammer thumping between his legs. Did you notice that?
Great cock,
He's got
Andrew.
skinny guy cock, dude. It's heavy at the bottom like a foxtail.
Yes.
You ever used to throw those things that had a baseball at the end?
Andrew Schultz's penis, need it, love it, want it. And then we were talking.
Ooh, it's
and
getting
then
hot.
while we're talking, guess who walks past us? Chris Rock.
Whoa.
Now, here's
Yes.
the thing. We're three New York comedians.
Yes.
You don't have to acknowledge everyone you see, right? And you don't have to know everyone. It's not your job to even if you saw me at the Comedy Cellar, it's not your job to stop and talk to me if you don't want to. But Chris Rock looked at us, all three of us, as if he's never seen us ever in his life.
Fuck that.
Doesn't have to stop and talk to us,
Fuck
but
that.
it was so clearly obvious that either he does know and he's too shy to say, or at least he knew. At least he should have known who Schultz was.
I mean, he gave us a real no pictures, please look.
What
Like
an
he was at
asshole.
Andrew, which
What
I
an
get.
asshole.
I would get it at me or Mike, but a little bit with Andrew.
I would get it with me. I don't get it with
No.
you two.
Well,
Well,
Two
you
out of
think
three.
he would say hi to plant a seed, so then later he'll, ask you to write for
And
him.
it's fucked up.
So it's like, what a dick.
What a dick. Because it's fucked up that literally, because I would, no, the reason why I'm saying you or I is I would figure because the way, because, there's all this talk of comedians or whatever, and it's the way Chris Rock treated Andrew Schultz, a fellow black comic, was not right. So it wasn't right at all.
No.
And that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
With you, if the black community wants to step up and say we're in this together, then be in this together and say hello to your fellow black community.
Yeah.
Rigger
I
Hill
hate
Market
that.
has the best blueberry muffins. Rigger Hill, folks.
I hate that ego, and you can't even acknowledge and go, "What's up, fellas?" and then keep it moving. Dude, years ago, my buddy was in a band. He was going to a gig. Him and his guitar player pushing the amps down the street, and who did they see? Robert Plant, lead singer, Led Zeppelin, iconic. He looked at them. They looked at him. They go, "Hey," he goes, "Hey, fellas, going to a gig?" And they go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I remember those days." And then he kept it moving.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
an amazing interaction.
Beautiful.
It's also a human being.
Yes.
Seeing what other people are
Yeah,
doing.
literally.
That
Yes.
he also
I
did.
said, I didn't say anything. I noticed him. And then Andrew's like, "Chris, what's up?" Because,
Yeah.
obviously I would even assume that, Chris Rock would, of course, at least know who Andrew is. And then it was like, Chris went like this. Right? He was like,
he had a full-blown spectrum disorder reaction.
Oh my
with his
God.
fucking ear pods in.
Oh, Jesus.
Just say hello. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Just be like, again, you don't have to
He did
stop.
ask me if I've seen his baseball, but that was, that was the
Said,
excitement.
don't
"Hi,
have to-
guys, don't touch my ears."
You don't have to suck our dicks. We'll suck yours. But
Yeah.
you don't have to,
Happily.
if you wanted that. It's and that's another thing. If you're a big comic like that, why not stop and potentially get a blowjob from a nice young boys.
Dude.
Nice young boy on Bleecker Street.
If I was him, I'd have walked by and ball tapped you and gone, watch your dick. And then I'd have kept it moving. You know? Why not?
yeah.
You'd have a lot of fun as Chris Rock, I bet.
Oh my God.
You would.
Yes.
Chris
That's
Cock.
like, if you,
Yes.
if you could do the Lil Dicky Chris Brown version, that would be yours. It would be you and Chris Rock.
I don't get the reference, but yes.
You never heard that song where
No.
Chris Brown, Lil Dicky and Chris Brown switch bodies?
What?
All right, forget it. It's not even worth explaining.
Do they do that?
I don't know
Is
about
he
that.
in that video?
Yeah, it's a whole. He wrote the verse for Chris Brown just so he could say the N word. He also it's a yeah, it's a good song.
Is it in the TV show or it's a song?
It's a song before the TV show.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
There you go. Love
So, not worth it.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
Worth it. I have a multitude of costumes, but the one I've landed on is Elvis.
Okay.
I love the king.
I love it.
Yeah, baby.
What era?
Come on, fat Elvis.
I hope tomorrow morning you're found in your toilet bowl.
12-year-old next to me. Just, oh, come on. Couldn't take a shit to save my life, mama.
Choking on a cock sandwich.
Yeah. Didn't he used to love peanut butter and bananas?
Did he?
Supposedly, yeah.
I think I love that. Dude, I love peanut butter and banana on a whole wheat wrap. Yummy,
Oh
yummy
my
in my tummy.
God.
On a wrap?
Delicious.
I like it. I like things in a wrap.
Like a
I
little
don't know
taquito?
Yeah, I like that. I like things in a fucking wrap.
Yes. Eating peanut butter banana.
Yes.
That's what I say.
What-
Sitting next to two guys who are gay because he likes a rap.
100%. Are you doing anything for Halloween tomorrow? Do you have shows? Are you going to a party? This will be out after Halloween, so it's
I'm
all
at the
irrelevant.
cellar and I'm dressing as Elvis.
Nice.
I'm going on stage as Elvis. Last year I was a hot dog, the infamous Joey Rose's Distefano pimpy suit.
Yes, Joe was mad that we wore it before he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I gave it to Jordan and she wore it on Corden. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That is a
and
wrap.
I wore it on Rosanna Scotto, local morning Fox 5 morning newscaster.
Yagato.
There, like it. Speaking of Yagato, speaking of Rosanna Scotto, a young Rosanna Scotto appeared on my television set in Raleigh, North Carolina, when I was watching the Netflix documentary Get Gotti.
Amazing doc.
Unbelievable. Did you see Get Gotti yet?
I just added it to my list. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Incredible.
Are you guys?
I either thought a massive compliment was coming out or just a
Legitimately looked like part of your review of the movie.
Yeah, that has to be.
Oh, let me tell you, achoo.
Vito, that's got to be in the clip. Maybe that is the clip. Wait. Get Gotti, what I loved about it is because you've seen a lot of documentaries about John Gotti before, right? We've seen it all. We've seen the players. You know the names. It's always fascinating because he was such a fascinating guy, always dressed to the nines, even when he was wearing suits. And then off, like not wearing suits, he would wear these like amazing like zip up velour
Incredible.
jackets.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I want to get like, I hope they put out like some type of like John Gotti fashion list because I will go and buy everything that guy wore.
Wow.
I love that guy's fashion.
You go from one murderer documentary to the next. You're just like, all right, I'll go from fucking what's his tits with the glasses?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're going to
I
God.
can't wait till you do Making a Murderer. You're that retarded kid that loves wrestling.
Yeah.
You cut your bangs with safety scissors.
Yeah.
But what was interesting?
Look at him.
Well, I know, dude, he looks so good. I like there was one part where like, so a guy ratted on him, right? And so this is actually pretty fucked up. That jacket all the way to the right, colored when he's walking out.
Yes,
yeah,
the
that's
tan
smooth.
jacket.
No,
I
it's
have
not
one like
tan,
that.
It's like
but
a light pink or
I
something.
got it at
That's
When
Goodwill.
they colorize it, looks good. But there was one part that was just it was just amazing how John Gotti, like what it used to be. So
I know what you're about to say.
there was one part where Gotti, where there's a guy ratting on Gotti. He's an informant for 15 years named Willie Boy Johnson, right? He's an informant. So when you do that, you get the protection of the FBI. So this prosecutor, I think her name was Diane Giacalone,
Ruined it.
she literally in court, dude, like didn't tell anyone because she thought this would help the case, was like on the stand, had someone that was like, and Willie Boy Johnson, who was sitting right next to John Gotti, has been an FBI informant for 15 years. And then they were like, what? Even the fellow prosecutors, the defense, and the FBI themselves were like, they had to like stop the thing and be like, you just got this man murdered. And she was like, well, he was on a path to die anyway. Just like a cold-hearted bitch.
And the reason why they did that is because every prosecutor and the OTCF or whatever, and then the FBI, they were all jockeying to get this because it's like a life-changing case.
Right.
It ensures that you're going to be like a political master. And she was such a selfish bitch for doing that.
Yeah, selfish bitch. And then they, of course, kill him about a week later. He gets shot 5 times in the back of his head, and they leave his body in his driveway.
They didn't put security on him?
No. Well, they did, but like you just can't stop it.
Right.
And then if you kill somebody in their front of their house on their property, that's like the ultimate fuck you. And then reporters were outside John Gotti's house like 20 minutes after they found the body, and they were like, "What do you have to say about Willie Boy Johnson dying?" Goes, "Oh, he died," and then, and then like in their faces, and then they go, "Yeah, he died." He goes, "Oh man," he goes, "Well, everybody's got to go sometime," and then just gets in his car, and the police could do nothing. He like said it right to the judge, and he was like, "Fuck you," and then he got off the case.
And when he got off, he bought a boat and named it Not Guilty.
Yes,
That's
and then
amazing.
and then another guy.
If you're gonna be a murderer, do it loud.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
Do it loud.
And then another time, this was amazing. Another time, Gotti, another guy ratted on Gotti. I think his name's Sal Pelosi. Just came out like whatever they knew, known rat, right? And he was telling Diane Giacalone, he was like, every time the jurors leave, you're sending them in a limo and dropping them off at their homes. John Gotti is going to send men to follow them and going to offer them money, or if they don't take the money, he's going to say, well, then I'll kill your family if you don't vote. If you do not vote anything other than not guilty. And she's like, you're watching too many movies. Yeah. That's not the way it works. And then as soon as it was not guilty, he was like, you stupid bitch.
Dude, it's crazy.
He was, and then it came
he
out,
was the Joker.
Yeah, and then John Gotti came out, and then a juror like 3 weeks later just took an all expenses trip paid to like Bermuda, and they were like, I thought you were a carpenter. He was like, I've been saving up. Yeah. And then it got revealed that he gave each juror like $60,000 in cash, and she was like,
that's the way. That's when the world was a better place.
It was. Well,
the mafia kept people safe.
Well, that's the thing when they're interviewing people, residents of Little Italy, and not just white people, black people, Latino. They're like, this is the only, because in the 80s, when New York City was a crime war zone, they're like, Little Italy is the only place where my car doesn't get robbed, my windows don't get broken. They would all try to position and get parking on the blocks by the Ravenwood Social Club because they were like, this is safe here. Nobody's going to fuck with our shit.
Now, this might be dumb, but with the influx in violent crime in the city and the need for protection being at an all-time high. And, right now, Yes. So do you think that opens the door for like possible organized crime to come back? Or in the digital age, is that just impossible?
I think it's probably harder now. But honestly, it's one of those things, it's like catch-22, where it's like, if you owned a restaurant or a bakery or something like that in a neighborhood that was controlled by the mafia, it sucks to have to pay, your hard-earned money to these people. I get that sucks, but on the other hand, nothing will ever happen to your bakery, and you will always be safe. Nobody's ever going to rob you. Nobody's ever going to hurt you. Leaving the store, you are protected.
It would be cool if you could choose your taxes. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pay to the Genovese instead of the American government. Because these people are actually protecting me. You guys say you're going to do this, but then my business is almost shut down.
Yeah, but then you give me the booster. Dude, how about this? Unfortunately, we lost one of the greats, Matthew Perry, yesterday. And literally, as soon as he passed away, I found my group chat hit me up. Matthew Perry passed away. I was like, oh man, so sad. The very next text from one of my friends, you think he was vaccinated?
It's immediately.
Do you think that's why he died of a heart attack? I'm like, that or the open, rampant drug use that he had for 20, 30 years, or just any type of people in their 50s sometimes get heart attacks. He was like, it had to be. My boy right away was like, when was his last booster?
Yeah, but if you're doing every day a horse's amount of Percocet and Coke and everything, and you quit, I can imagine years later you have one Red Bull and you're like, ugh!
Right.
It's while sitting in 105 degree water, like you're a bouillabaisse. Like, for him, it's like, Yeah, how did he shit? Like, because have you ever taken Percocet?
Yes.
You have. I know you have.
can't
But
shit.
dude, for me, I know it's got different responses with different people, but for me, it bound me up to the point where it felt like a diamond was in my lower intestine.
Diamonds
like
on
an unpassable hard
Shine
shit.
bright like a diamond.
Did you feel the same thing, or it probably
Well, I
opened you
drank
up with
away
the
my
poppers?
stomach lining, so I have a terrible digestive bowel
No,
thing.
dude, that's just called being Jewish.
Well, it really passes.
Despite his face, Ian is not Jewish.
I am
No.
Ashkenazi, 23andMe.
See, I knew I could smell it.
Ceasefire now, but
Isn't it
Israel
weird
the
that
best.
the word
Yes.
schnoz and Nazi are in that word?
Does it offend you that Mike is dressed like a Palestinian? Mike is pro-Palestine. This is a pro-Palestine outfit.
This is my Bin Laden face.
Let's 69 and show that there could be a two-state solution. Wouldn't that be great?
Fine, but I have to be on top. I just do not trust your ass.
Well, I know you got a little rocket.
Capital of Arkansas,
Palestine.
Little Rock.
Oh, sorry. Well,
Capital of Arkansas, Little Rock.
yes. Dover, capital of
Dover.
Delaware.
Yes, Dover. That's one I haven't been to. I have pictures now in front of 23 state capitals. Dover is not one of them.
Really?
But I could get down there. It's
Come
an
to
easy drive.
Dover and then bend over.
How is the state capital of Dover?
Heroin.
Oh, right? Is it?
Yeah.
What is that? Every state capital I've been to, Raleigh, Dover, Springfield, Illinois. Oh my God, they are like crack dens.
Yeah.
Why? What do you
Yep.
think this? Is there a reason why every state capital or most state capitals, it is just not a good area around that?
Most areas aren't good areas anymore.
That's just the truth.
And Delaware is part of the pipeline where it's 95, it's Baltimore, Delaware, Philly, New York, Boston, and then you can take 95 all the way down to Florida. And it's just such a stop off for heroin, drugs,
Right.
and it's really, really bad.
Well, and
Right.
also even DC, like people that work in DC make enough money to live outside of DC.
Yes.
Right.
So it's like all the lobbyists and stuff live around Washington DC.
Yeah.
They don't live in the city, and I think it could be the same could be said about everywhere else, where it's like there's no incentive, and they're not incentivized to make the actual place nice because they live outside.
They live outside of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the only state capital I can think of that was like really nice is like Madison. Wisconsin.
Yep.
That's beautiful. But I'm sure there are other ones, but I haven't been to them.
Right.
Yet the other ones are like every one. I went to last week. I went to in the same road trip, Lincoln, Nebraska,
Whoa.
Topeka, Kansas, Springfield, Illinois, and Jefferson City, Missouri. I went
All
to
bad.
all of them. And Jefferson City was actually pretty nice. Jefferson City, Missouri actually wasn't bad. But I'm like, but still, it's like there's just crap. Like you could just feel like there's griminess around
Jefferson City, Missouri sounds like there's a prison there. Like,
Right.
Is it? You know what I mean? Like that sounds like a prison complex more than it does a state.
Yeah.
State
doing his
capital.
time
Yeah.
at Jefferson City.
How is Nebraska?
Dude, Nebraska, let me tell you something. Do that.
Tell me.
Omaha, I was in Omaha, which
311. That's where they're from.
Omaha 311. Omaha.
Steaks.
Yep.
Band.
Bang. Leave him hanging.
Oh, I didn't see.
With your rings, dude. With your rings.
Sorry. I got so excited for friendship.
Ian just broke Mike's hand.
Oh, I got him
I have a
coughing.
fucking turquoise ring imprint on my knuckle.
You're welcome.
I know, dude. Ian's got Coachella hands.
Killers of the flower moon fingers.
You know, this were given to me by a Native American family down in San Antonio because they said they like that I love their culture and wear their jewelry and I read their poems on my podcast. And they said this was passed on from 3 generations. They're not wearing it and they wanted me to wear it.
I would love if it
I'm-
has a fucking curse.
Shout out to the Oka-cha-cha-chow tribe. Edit.
Get it in. All right, with the basketball season here, you can pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. For example, LeBron James plus Travis Kelce at a 10.5 combo of 3-pointers made plus receptions. Bang. That's what you do. Want to play alongside some of Prize Picks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill and comedian Andrew Schultz? I have his phone number. You can now find the community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports platform with an insurance policy. I love them so much. Here's the thing. We always give you great discounts here at the Chrissy Chaos Show, and this one is awesome. If you want to get a sweet discount, go to prizepicks.com/chaos. Use the code chaos for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/chaos. Use the code chaos for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
What's up, everybody? A little advertisements from home. Let's talk about a sponsor, KiWiCo. Unwrap inspiration with super fun science, technology, and art projects for kids with KiWiCo. I just got into this. I'm now completely, run out of ideas with my son. We've exhausted everything that my, 90s art teachers and science teachers had ever taught me. And now the world's changed, so I'm looking for new ideas. And with 9 different subscription options for different ages and subjects, there's something for every kid. That's the best part. You can completely personalize it. That's the word I was looking for, but was too dumb to grab out of my brain for a moment. You could personalize it to your kid. So when you give KiWiCo, it's so much more than a box of toys. It's the gift of discovery through hands-on experiences, giving kids the tools to learn about topics that they love, from dinosaurs to rocket ships. I love KiWiCo. Like I said, me and my son, we bust it open and we learn all sorts of things. He is wildly into science, rockets, spaceships, all the fun stuff that young boys sometimes are super duper into. And I'm now learning. I feel really, I feel well read. I'm bringing up the information about, sir. I'm like, no, actually, it's not a brontosaurus anymore. The name has changed. So it's fun. It's fun to act like you know what you're talking about at parties because things you've learned from your children's toys. So guys, again, 'tis the season for serious fun. KiWiCo delivers seriously fun, hands-on projects that inspire a lifelong love for learning. A box of whoa awesome delivered every single month. The day the KiWiCo box arrives will be your kids' favorite day of the month. I mean, truly, they will be fired up, and it's like a gift from the heavens, since you don't have to go out to the store to go and get it. KiWiCo projects are designed by a team of educators, makers, engineers, and rocket scientists. I mean, truly, who could you possibly want to better educate your kids? They brainstorm hundreds of ideas to create the most exciting, age-appropriate, and educational projects. I hope you guys are getting a good look at how much I'm squinting, because your friend here can't read or see. Those are real engineering, science, and art projects with high-quality materials. So again, discover hands-on fun with KiWiCo. That's KiWiCo. So get your first month free on any crate at KiWiCo.com/chaos. That's KiWiCo.com/chaos. First month free. What's better than that? Treat your kids right. Get them something good. KiWiCo.
I'm reading this book, The People's History of the United States.
Yes.
And it's pretty interesting. I just read this thing. The Arawak Indians, Native Americans, who Christopher Columbus found when he first got to what I think he thought he was in China, but he was in Bermuda. He was like, I am in China.
Christopher Columbus was basically a Floridian. He just bumps into a Native American. He's like, "What's up, my Chinese brother?"
Yeah. Dude,
Just brain riddled with scurvy.
But he said women in Indian society were treated so well that it actually startled the Spaniards. Las Casas, one of the guys, Spanish people who was going out there, wrote back to the kingdom. He said, Las Casas describes sex relations this way. He said, marriage laws are non-existent. This is in the 1400s. Marriage laws are non-existent. Men and women alike choose their mates and leave them as they please, without offense, jealousy, or anger. They multiply in great abundance. Pregnant women work to the last minute and give birth almost painlessly. Up the next day, they bathe in the river and are as clean and healthy as before giving birth. If they tire of their men, they give themselves abortions with herbs that force stillbirths, covering their shameful parts with leaves or cotton cloth. Although on the whole, Indian men and women look upon total nakedness with as much casualness as we look upon a man's head or at his hands. They have no religion and no temples. They live in large communal bell-shaped buildings, housing up to 600 at one time, made of very strong wood and roofed with palm leaves. They lack all manner of commerce, neither buying nor selling, and rely exclusively on their natural environment for maintenance. They're extremely generous with their possessions, and by the same token, cover the possessions of their friends and expect the same degree of liberality. That's why when they gave Christopher Columbus would be like, can I take all your swords and everything? And they were like, yeah, sure. You're not going to kill us, right?
That's amazing.
Well, that's what he said.
You want to own this land? Yeah, whatever
They're like,
that
take it.
means.
They're like, you want our swords? And they were like, absolutely. And then remember, like, there's
That's
one
why
part.
they sold Manhattan for a couple of my
Couple
rings.
dollars. Yeah. Well, they just took their swords and then started killing all of them.
Started lopping.
But
off
isn't
their
that
hands.
wild?
They
how,
were
like,
the best.
How you think, like, too, like, even like I was thinking about this and I was trying to have a good conversation with Jasmine about it, but it wasn't accepted. and I was like,
You're trying to compete.
Oh my God.
I was like, you see how not getting married is okay?
We're actually celebrating their culture.
Yeah, and then
This is kind of your tribe.
this was at like 6:15 this morning when she was trying to make the kids breakfast and lunch for school, and I was like, I just read this fascinating chapter of this book. And she was just looking at me. She's like, what else did they say? I was like, that's it.
I love how this is getting you into Howard's Inn, which
Yeah.
is like the pipeline to just leftist
Yeah.
like ideas of the world through just the idea of like, wait, we can fuck anyone we want.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you say.
Have you read Howard's Inn?
Yeah.
You ever read People's History of the United States?
Years and years ago when I was in school. I loved it. And what you bring up about the Native Americans, it's beautiful because they also had a thing called Two-Spirit, which was basically transness in people of like, I embody the two spirits of man and woman. And they were like celebrated. And there's also in I believe it's Hindi culture the Hijra, which are basically ladyboys that they all live on an island, and when someone is born, they're blessed by the Hijra because they're seen as like these spiritual beings that can embody two different energies in them, which I think
Look
is
at
like
that. Now
beautiful.
we just found more ways for people to not like trans people. If you don't like them because they're trans, you can also now not like them because they're also cultural appropriating.
What? No, because they got it right.
I know.
It's just like the natives got. We need to go back to the land.
How crazy is that, though, that they would just take herbs and abort their babies if they felt the man was weak?
Yeah,
What
that's interesting.
herbs?
Now, so if you
dude.
can't get a legal abortion in New Mexico, go to a reservation.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Just get a couple
Why the hell
herbs.
not?
Yeah, well, I know that their cigarettes are not regulated, so they sell cartons for $31, which I got in Buffalo. And I smoked half a pack, and my jaw started hurting, and I was like, "Wow, they're really getting us back in the long
those
con."
bastards.
You know?
Wrapped in smallpox.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, it was bad. But it's like they'll just put anything in anything.
Yeah.
you know.
How big were their tribes though, where this was the rule? Because obviously it sounds like utopic and cool, and you get to leave your partner and bang other people, but like, were they rolling in civilizations of like 150 people, or are they rolling in like
Well, no,
the
they
thousands?
just said they lived in a commune
Yeah.
of 600 people.
Oh, 600. Okay, so I missed that. Sorry.
It's one of those things where, like, I just think when I read these books, I'm like, oh, so much of the things that make us happy and sad is just society pressures. Like, society has created these things when if like you just try to live in like your natural state, you're good.
Not
Yeah.
only society though, but just sheer human volume. Like 600 people, that's a manageable community.
Right.
You can deal with that. Resources can be spread around without you being
Well,
like
especially
a
if you
cutthroat
know
capitalist or
how to
whatever.
live off the land and you're not
Exactly,
worried about
yeah.
commerce, and you're like, hey, I'm going to go have sex with this other woman. You're my neighbor. Watch my family. They're like,
my
cool,
whole
get my
goal-
back later.
My whole goal, and I don't even think there's a life that exists where I could do this, but my true goal would be to have a full commune with all of my best friends and family in like one
That's
area,
what I
one
wanted.
self-sustaining
But the
area.
only way we
Sick.
can do
Yeah.
it is if we all move into an old folks home together.
Yeah, we just boot those.
That'd be
fucking
amazing.
syphilitic
Or we
oldies.
could do it in prison.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll start a gang, the Funny Fellas.
The fun. But don't you think?
The funny fellas are getting raped again. It's just us crying in the shower every day.
I'm finally living my best life.
We were driving. I was on the road 2 weeks ago, and out of nowhere, we were driving. It was kind of silent. And then I was with Sergio Chacon, and he was in the back seat, and we were driving, and he just out of nowhere, he goes, nobody asked him any questions about this. He goes, most, it's a myth that most people get raped in prison. What? And I was like, what? I was like, why did you think of that? He's like, I was just thinking about it. He was like, but it is a myth. He goes, it definitely happens. But he said, that's like, it's rare. Like most guys are not going to do that to you. They'll beat the shit out of you and fight you. Sure. But the hold down prison rape, he was like, that does happen, but it's not prevalent. I was like, good. He was like, I got to take a piss, Pop.
That's like also another reason to feel bad when it happens. Because it's like now you go to prison, you get raped, and you're like, you're telling me it wasn't inevitable?
Or bright side, you're unique.
There you go.
I like it. You're a trans Indian person.
Yep, chief switch them genders.
But I couldn't believe it. This morning, we're having a good morning.
Thank you.
Having a good morning, and I just say, like, after reading that, I say to Jazz, I say, look, does this make you feel that marriage was just created by society and it's not based in love, and you don't have to, be like, you could be in love and not be married, and that's okay? And then it was not taken kindly.
You should get like some breakdowns of the Bible that say marriage was created by men to limit women's sexuality.
Yeah,
because in biblical stories and all those stories back then, guys are on Viking ships getting sucked off by like a Minotaur woman and just having a great time spreading seed, and the women are at home like tending to the kids and all that shit because they're married, spoken for women.
Well, and then that too, I think like marriage too, it creates like a way for like the government to know like what's going on in your life. Like I think that's another reason why they never did that. They were like, we're just free. So they would like literally get bored of someone. Yeah, they would get bored of someone and then just fucking start banging somebody else.
If you want to go against marriage, tell her that in a lot of Middle Eastern cultures and in Palestine, if a man rapes a woman, he gets out of jail by marrying her.
Really?
Yeah. So you want to be a part of that?
Does she have to Does she have to say yes to the marriage, or it's just all?
I think that's rape too.
Okay.
Or they just pillage that as well.
So the contract is also
yeah. It's like, so what do you want to do? Get married and then you're in Hamas?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Which is also my theory as to why everyone's like, there's so many kids over there. What about the children? It's like, if China can control the population in China, you don't think Hamas is encouraging population explosion over there by having the men rape women, marry them, and then rape them more to make children so that they can be like, well, you can't attack us. We have so many children.
Yep.
Let me tell you, find out you're kind of Jewish on 23andMe, and you will really change your worldview.
Listen, I'm getting
kids are currency to those people over there.
I'm getting all my information from Schumer's Instagram, so I think all Palestinian kids should
what a
perish.
snafu she had. Jesus.
What I see it. What happened?
She put up a thing that was like, Gazans rape, blah, blah. And it was like, lady, what the fuck's the matter with you? Are you stupid? We gonna fucking conservatorship her. Free Britney. Lock up Schumer.
Do you think Britney was better in the conservatorship?
Britney's on meth, by the way. Britney's on meth. And you know how I know? In all her posts, she talks about tea. She uses tea emojis. And in the gay community, tea is code for meth. Ooh. They call it Tina. Yeah. Look at some of her posts. There's emojis with
like
tea.
A tenth of meth.
I didn't think of it that way.
I learned that from Breaking Bad.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Look,
Happy Juneteenth.
Look at her. That's just about meth day in June.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God, she still got it. I thought it was so funny with that video of her clacking the knives. I was like, this is what your hibachi chef looks like before he gives you your food. And also in all her videos, she's like, they're not real knives.
This is
like,
how
what
Jazz
world
was
are
cooking
you living
breakfast
in?
this morning.
Dude, I bet she sometimes just pink socks standing up.
Oh, yeah.
Like just sometimes just falls out.
Ew.
Yeah.
Her butthole?
Everything.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like that.
Is there tea there?
Dude, her underwear's like falling down.
No tea.
No.
Oh, what can you do?
You know.
You guys read her new book?
Is it
the
write
People's
that?
History of the United States?
There's no way she wrote that.
She wrote, the forward was written on a truck stop bathroom stall.
She shouts out, what's his name? Justin Timberlake's Blackson.
Really?
Yeah.
She shouts out his black scent.
Like,
a little bit.
shout out, love it, or she calls him out.
Like he was.
'Cause
they were
there's
in
a
New York
difference.
City, and he was just like saying some random shit, and like someone like made fun of him, and then he went with it, thinking that it was like all in fun, but it was like they were making fun of his black scent.
Oh,
Justin Timberlake doesn't have black scent, does he?
He does when he's around black people. One of the
Yeah.
most
Okay.
one of the most
Code
embarrassing
switcher.
examples of it is Punk'd, where in the beginning he like kind of starts out all like, "Yo, man, this is my place. Like, you can't be on my property," and then he starts crying, and he's like, "Come on, fellas!
Oh,
Unpack
that's
my
the
stuff."
best.
Like, it's the craziest code switch of all
That's
time.
the best.
It's excellent.
Dude, did you see that video of those streamers, those YouTube streamers, and the security guard knocks one of them out?
really satisfying.
If you see the video prior to the knockout, the guy that gets knocked out is doing the most black scent you've ever heard. And then when he talks to the security guard, he goes,
Outstanding.
"Well, why don't you just take a walk, man?"
Outstanding.
But beforehand, he's like, "Yo, my guy, blibbity blah." I want them all to die, by the way.
Yes.
Dude, there's also like when
Not
that-
black people. People
No,
with black
no,
scent.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Holy moly, thank you. Woo, you're a real friend.
That's it.
You're a real friend.
Yes, go see him December 3rd.
December 3rd, Sunday, December 3rd, The Cutting Room, filming my first special, Fidance.com for tickets. 2 shows, 7 to 9:30, Michael.
How is it? How'd they go? Are we almost sold out?
Yes.
So get them now. Get them
I'm
right
hoping.
now, you scumbags.
Yeah, fucking, I just lied to you. Please
Get-
buy them.
get
I don't
'em.
know. They won't give me the
Get
number.
get the
They
shows.
won't give me the number. I ask.
Get the go. Yeah, he wants to kill you. Kill people with black scent. He wants to kill the black scents.
Yes, get rid of the black scent, up the blacks.
Yes, more blacks.
More blacks.
Here.
less
Yes.
scent.
Less scent.
Yeah.
I like it. Bro, speaking of here, you know what else is? I'm reading this book. It's called Founding Myths, and it's about how it takes different. Each chapter is about a different myth in American history, and about how much we've just been lied to with the purpose and intention of like keeping up this idea that we're this free patriotic people. So most of the myths so far from like the late 1700s, early 1800s, but it is truly
Dude,
nuts.
you're gonna turn into Abby Hoffman.
Dude,
You're reading all this like
You
Abby
are
Hoffman is
reading-
stealing this book, beating
Yeah.
it like against the U.S. government, all this stuff.
You,
Well, no,
he-
last
he
two
just
books
he
you
just
said.
stole a syllabus from NYU freshman year.
Yeah. No, but this
Intro to Western civilization. You don't say. Let's
no, but
go.
it's pretty like Paul Revere bullshit, Declaration of Independence, the Valley Forge, all like not even close to saying how it happened. What we've learned is just so not even remotely true. It's pretty nuts when I'm like, it's one of those, like I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to start reading it because my kids get up at 6. So I started reading it before because I'm like,
That's amazing.
I need to find out what's happening. What else have I been learned about?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? Like the most impressive thing about the founding fathers, in my opinion, is their foresight of legacy and like how much that would mean to a newly founded country. Because again, they did change a lot of this shit, but knowing what it was going to establish and set up, they knew that they were going to create patriotism and nationalism and pride in their country if they ramped up the story to feel more heroic.
Because the whole idea of what we are as a country and what we thought we were fighting for is like free of tyranny from the British government wasn't true amongst the people.
Taxes, right?
The taxes, they didn't really care about that. They were like, we're actually protected by the British government. Most colonists felt, because they were like, you have in Canada, France owns Canada, they want to kill us. And then in Mexico, Spain owns Mexico, they want to kill us. And the only reason they're not killing us, the American colonists, is because we're backed by the British Empire. So they were like, even if we win the revolution, aren't we just going to get fucking stampeded now by Mexico, and France will just be like, oh yeah, we helped you win the war, but what do you think? We're just going to give you your country, you stupid?
That's like the Gotti thing all over again.
yeah.
It's
Like-
like, you're better to have protection.
So, but it's interesting because even the idea of like freedom and this whole idea of like a government like us, you know, having George Washington as president, that's why he was against that. He was like, it doesn't matter if you call me president or king. The whole idea was we freed ourselves from that. We're supposed to just be, the people are supposed to be doing everything. We're supposed to be one big governing body. And that's why Thomas Jefferson was like, it's never going to work if all 13 colonies have one central government. This is the stupidest thing of all time. We're too big. He was
Well, that's why they
Native
killed
American.
Kennedy. That's why they killed Kennedy, because he was trying to get rid of the Fed.
Right. He was like, it's states can govern themselves. That probably, New York is tough because there's already so many people here, but like a small state like Delaware, they'd be much better off just governing themselves.
Is that true, or do they get federally subsidized? Because I know a lot of states, like, they don't make fucking money. Like, what's Lindsey Graham's state?
Oh,
Is it Kentucky?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
Kentucky,
think.
but like a lot
Or is
of
that Mitch McConnell?
a lot of their shortcomings
Either way, they
financially
should
as a
both
state
die.
are then subsidized federally.
Right,
I
well-
might be talking about Mitch McConnell. One of them. Who cares?
But I think like there was, this book was saying though, but like they felt like there's too much, like it's, how can, some of the founding fathers, like how can somebody in Boston know what's going on with somebody in Charleston? Like they're too far away.
Yeah.
But I guess I was back
stop
then.
New York liberals from having a big opinion about the border.
I know.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's fucking nuts, right?
Yeah.
How is that nuts? Like somebody in Maine will be like mad at somebody in like, Southern Texas about how they feel.
Well, that's the
It's like,
thing.
just
Is like,
shut up.
you can have a moral opinion about that stuff, but in terms of like tangible, what goes on a day-to-day basis, how could you ever even pretend to know what goes on?
Well, I think that's why they've started shipping migrants to sanctuary cities to show them, to be
Yeah.
like,
No,
oh
they're
yeah,
trying to come
you
to my
think
town outside
everything
of-
should be open? Well, see what we're dealing with daily.
I love that. Like if they should do like a report, like every time they send migrants to a sanctuary city, how many people remodel their houses? Just because like they're probably going to the Home Depot and being like, look, we can get cheap labor.
How many?
How many fucking scooters are delivering food and knocking bicyclers off the street?
Life's gone to shit, but the Chinese food delivery is instant.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
Well, to your point, it's interesting because you said that they did that to protect and this and that, but they also, it was like the singularity of like they could not even imagine a world in which we have the population that we have today.
Yeah. No.
And when it was, Ellis Island and we're bringing immigrants, we had to populate the country. And when they made these laws about guns and everything, that everyone said it. It's like they were thinking about muskets, not AR-15s. And it's like, well, when everyone's a citizen and you're given this
Right.
inalienable right, it's like they couldn't fathom the world in which we live in today.
Right.
So those things worked for a while, but there needs to be amendments, which no one will ever agree
Even
on.
what you just said, inalienable rights, like Declaration of Independence, we were taught, written by Thomas Jefferson. It's like he was on a committee of people that his face was just at the head of it.
Group
And-
project.
Yeah, and then he took
He understood the assignment.
the sound.
Black son.
Black said,
Hey,
kill him,
keep it going.
but not before December 3rd
December
at the cutting
3rd,
room.
the cutting room.
Folks, you know them, you love them. It's our sponsor, HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Guys, I am a huge, huge fan of HelloFresh. I am completely inept in the kitchen. I have no idea what I'm doing. Portions are not even a word in my family's lineage. We are a big, big, heavy people. So I have no idea what goes into what or how to make anything. I just kind of have slopped it on a plate for my entire life until now, until HelloFresh delivered. Everything's right around. Everything's right there. Pre-portioned, pre-packaged, freeze, the freshest meat, the freshest ingredients you could possibly ask for. And again, the holiday season is coming up. We're in it, baby. And this takes all the stress out of figuring out what you're going to eat and how you're going to feed as many people as you're going to have over. So are you hosting? Get HelloFresh. They will help you curate your entire holiday meal, and people will think you hired Mrs. Doubtfire. In case you missed it, HelloFresh is so much more than delicious dinner. HelloFresh can help take the hassle out of every mealtime decision. You know me, I have zero decisiveness. This is catered for people like me. If you don't want to make a single decision, if you want to have everything completely laid out for you, HelloFresh is 100% the move. Go to HelloFresh.com/ChrissyFree and use code ChrissyFree for free breakfast for life. Huh? Free breakfast for life. I just had to read that a second time because I frankly did not believe it. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/ChrissyFree with code ChrissyFree. That's HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
But there were other people at the time, like there was a Declaration of Independence for the state of Virginia. There was one for the state of Rhode Island. So it's like and then some of it was like outright plagiarism, and some of it was like he was clearly heavily influenced by other documents. Like he did not, because we get told like he just freely thought of this like patriot of patriots. It's like none of that was true. Even some of our actual founding fathers, like John Adams, were like, we should not be Samuel Adams. Like if I say Sam Adams, the guy from the beer, right? You think beer, you think Sam Adams, you think he was like the leader, he was the ultimate patriot. That guy in real life, he, first of all, Sam Adams was created like in the 1900s. He always would go by Samuel. Nobody ever referred to him as Sam. And he was like, he was like, this is so fucking stupid that we are revolting against the British. Like I cannot think of a dumber thing to do than revolt against the British. He only got in line after the war had started. After this war, Revolutionary War had started, he was like, well, what am I going to do? Either I join or they're going to kill me. So, and then they just decided to make Sam. So it's interesting. What happened is England, the loyalists, the Americans who were loyal to the crown, and then Britain themselves needed like a villain. They needed somebody to make they needed somebody for their people to hate. So they picked Sam Adams and they made him the face of the revolution, which wasn't true at all. They just picked him and they were like, this is the face. Anything that happened, the Boston Tea Party, which he denounced, the Stamp Act, he was like, I hate this. And they were like, no, the papers are right. You are the one who did it. You love it. And then so this idea that we have of Samuel Adams being like this patriot of patriots, now put him on the beer, it's like the people were trying to, like this image they created had the opposite effect. We made him our Revolutionary War hero, which is, they didn't want that. They wanted him to be like an enemy.
Like a fall guy.
And they made him a hero. Yeah. It's like bizarre.
Like Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Dylan
like Enron getting a new CEO right before they're going to collapse.
I didn't know Dylan Mulvaney was Native American. Now I know. Dude, I'm gonna
Yeah, I mean, also, states' rights were like a huge thing, and there's that huge argument, which everything gets so muddled, but a lot of slavery was like states' rights,
right.
Even though and it gets so muddled, and there's arguments for both, but like that was a huge states' rights issue of like, well, if we want, we should have, and if we don't, and so obviously it was a war about freeing people, but at the same time it was about state rights of not just slavery, but with everything else.
Right, I know. When's the last time you've had your penis sucked by a man?
Whoa, last night.
Really? Like a transgender person or an actual biological male that looks like a guy, presents as a guy?
About that one.
Nice, dude.
Wow.
Just a nice full dude.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
But halfway through, I was like, I don't even want to be here.
Do men give better blowjobs than women? That's an honest question.
Stronger.
Some do. I don't. I'm not good. I've practiced. I don't think it's for me. I don't really like cum.
Not everybody.
Does.
does.
In a movie when it like the beginning starts and then it pauses and it goes, I bet you're wondering how I ended up here.
Yes.
That's me in the middle of every blowjob.
That's Ian with spider webs in his
I'm like,
mustache.
how did I end up here?
Yeah.
What did I do?
So when you're getting a blowjob from Ian, it's just like you're watching the movie War Dogs. I miss Fat Jonah Hill. I want him back. I like him better.
Is he not? He's skinny
No,
now,
he's
right?
skinny.
He had a shaved head.
It's good that he's healthier as a human being, but I just miss really big tub of shit Jonah Hill.
He was
I
at a
like
point
him.
though. Do you remember that movie? Was it Accepted with Justin Long?
Accepted. Yeah.
He was full boy.
Good. He's
He's
large.
a fantastic actor, Jonah
He's
Hill.
great.
I really like Jonah
I'm
Hill
always
a lot.
team Jonah.
Yeah.
Me too. I am
I
Team
just
Jonah.
like how he treats girlfriends.
What is it? Oh, that's
with
right.
boundaries and standing up for what's right.
Seriously, I didn't think it was wrong.
I didn't think it was right. It's like, hey, if you're laying out as a guy, this is what I want.
Yeah.
And then
It's
you have
not
every
my
right to
thing.
break up with her then if she's not doing it.
The worst thing he did
and
was
as
do it in
did she have
text.
the right to break up with him.
Sure,
It's
do
like
it.
if your partner has shitty boundaries that you don't care for, why are you trying to shape them into what you want?
Yeah.
and just move on.
Yeah, and God bless women and everything that like I'm not making sense right now. What pissed me off was the idea that like she is this autonomous younger girl who's living her life and this and that. And then the second shit goes south, it's, I was a young girl that couldn't know my left from right. It's like, well, what are you? Are you
25?
Are you an adult or a dumb puppy? Like,
Right.
what are we doing?
That whole thing with power, like with the whole thing, men have power of their career. It's like
Women got power in the pussy.
Exactly. It's like the most power of all is a woman's vagina. So it's just like, just stop.
And
also,
also,
the women are in charge. Women are fucking in charge at all times.
Yes.
Women are in charge.
And it's truly evil to screenshot conversations that were said in private with trust between two partners, blast them out publicly under the guise of this is my healing.
Yeah.
You are an evil sociopath.
Yes, you screenshotted pictures of what you were saying is my power over you. Now you got to screenshot your power. Let me say that pussy.
This was similar.
Yes, I love that.
Imagine that's the clip.
Power in the pussy, swimming through the wetness.
I feel like this was similar to the Aziz thing, though, where it like she exposed herself. She exposed herself by posting those conversations where she was like, look at this, look at what I've had to deal with. And most people looked at it and were like, I don't know, that seems like a conversation.
Yeah, it sounds like you blew him twice, lady.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
It just doesn't feel like the dunk you thought it was gonna be. It's just, he just said something. That's it.
Fuck it.
It's dumb.
It's dumb. Dude, did you see that hockey player die on the ice 2
What?
nights ago? Bro, it is fucking horrific.
What?
He got a skate to the neck and
No,
then
like,
bled out
On
and died.
purpose?
In
Did someone
England.
in a
I
fight?
saw that in like the 70s.
No,
or
dude,
something.
this
The
guy
goalie?
died. Like he sent me that. My friend sent me
NHL?
the video, dude. It's,
Pop
it's
it
actually,
up.
It's. I don't know if it's even. It's truly like it made. Well, Jasmine, thank you for being so good to me. You're a king of a man. I love you. I'm gonna say, are you gonna kill yourself? I mean, I'm genuinely worried about her. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't say that. Say you make being a man
What do I
easy.
say back? A random text. Thank you for being so good to me. You're a king of a man. I love you.
Say I love
I
you
didn't
too.
do anything.
Just say a
And you
random.
make it easy when you were my queen.
That's right. That's right. A
Yeah.
random sign of appreciation.
Yeah.
I love you.
That's
You're
a
the
good-
greatest
that's a
partner
good
I've ever
thing.
had.
Yeah,
what
don't
the
go.
fuck?
What the fuck's the matter with you? I'm trying to watch a man get his neck sliced open.
My previous text to her was, "What do you want for dinner?" I'm not sure what couscous is. That was my previous text.
And she responds, "You were my king."
You're my king.
That is
Unbelievable. What the hell?
Oh my god.
I love you too. I don't know.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
Say I don't know what couscous is, but I'm gonna treat your pussy like that and eat it up,
Yeah.
queen.
Yes.
Make it nice. Make it sexy.
I'm gonna
Make it nice.
Be kind.
look at this. It's like truly horrific.
Oh.
This
What?
is bad. Oh,
What, that
we don't put it on
text?
camera.
Oh.
I'll show it to you. Yeah, that text.
Oh, where is he?
Is this NHL?
Is it? No.
So look, he's gonna, but they're gonna
Oh,
stop.
oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! No,
Dude, he got Shawn Michaels
he's
in the fucking neck.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
that was sweet chin music.
Yep, and he's dead. But the video that I saw that my friend who's a cop sent me is him like
Oh my
skating off the
God,
ice,
dude. Oh my
dripping in
God.
blood. They stop it there, right?
What do you even do?
It's so bad.
Do you know you're gonna die, or do you just?
Well, that's the thing is like I would here like here's like the
I don't know if I can. Yeah.
it's bad. Because like you see him get hit,
Like, I'm so squeamish with
and
this
then he
shit.
skates off, and there's blood everywhere, dude.
Oh my god! Oh my god! The trail of blood. Oh my god! Oh my god!
And then he dies like very quickly after that. It's horrific.
Oh
Because my question is because that was a hockey. I don't know that was a hockey play. It seemed like aggressive. Like, do you get charged? Like,
How'd he lift it? Why did he lift his foot?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, did he
hockey.
trip? Well, no, that's not. From what it looks like, and granted, I don't know if he like fucked up and slipped or whatever, but if you just lift your foot like that to make contact, like that's a fucking that's crazy. Because they charged that one guy with
This is
assault.
fucking
Did you ever see that where he
nuts.
punched the guy?
Bertuzzi? Yeah.
He punched the guy in the back of the head and then drove his face into the ice. Are you playing a video game?
No. I'm trying to watch it from the beginning.
What?
Oh, here it is, dude. This is like Insane. Dude, you gotta see the fucking blood.
I don't.
It's fucking nuts.
No, keep it right with Chris. Come on.
Dude, I cannot believe
Oh my God.
There's brown stuff all over the ice.
Wait, this says public outdoor fuck lover boy Latino Nathan fucks Asian boy Tyler Wu. Nice.
Just in case you at home want to watch.
Where can people see you, my friend?
Woo-wee! eFidance.com for all my dates. I'm coming everywhere. Philly, Louisville, Pittsburgh Improv. December 3rd, filming my first special, Cutting Room, New York City. 2 shows, 7 and 9:30, eFidance.com. It would be beautiful and wonderful to see you there.
Go see him.
Being Ian with Jordan.
Being
podcast.
Ian with Jordan. Great pod.
Thank you.
Mikey?
When is this coming out?
I don't know.
3rd and 4th, I'll be in Levittown, Long Island. If you're there at Governor's Comedy Club. And then December 8th and 9th, I'll be in D.C. at the Comedy Loft. I'm going to be in Key West, Florida in December. Stamford, New York, Connecticut at the New York Comedy Club. And then to end up the year, I'm in Lansing and Grand Rapids.
ChristyComedy.com for TikiWikis. I love you, Ian. Go get a blowjob from a man. And
I love you.
love you.
And I love you.
And I love you.
Nice ring touch.
Love you.
Feels like to be Tom Segura.